Good afternoon, guys. I am hiding out in my daughter's room because between technical difficulties fighting with my computer in my office, and my daughter and my mom just got back from the food store, so they're rustling around down there. And I still have three coughers in my house. So literally all you hear is coughing. So I am upstairs hiding out in one of my daughter's rooms. Anyway, so I just want to make this quick. I'm trying to keep these, 10 minutes or less. Quick tip. Hey, Christy, thanks so much for joining me. Today I want to talk about waiting and working. Most of us are still quarantined. I know for us here, ours has been extended till June 7th. So we're going on like 8 weeks of this. And, it's sometimes it's a roller coaster of emotions in that sometimes you feel grateful and thankful that you have this time to, work your business, spend time with your family, you know, quiet time to maybe even ponder and reflect. And then other times you get really frustrated and you want to get out and about and you want to get back to quote unquote normal. But I think for many of us, we're realizing there isn't going to be a going back to normal. There's definitely going to be a sense of new normal. So the question I want to pose to you today is, are you waiting for things to quote unquote get back to normal? And essentially that is, are you waiting for others to make decisions that are going to drive your choices? And for a lot of us, we can get caught in that sticky space. Well, we're waiting until this happens. We're waiting until that happens. And it really is super important for us to really be sure what it is that we want in the first place. I don't care if it's the end of this week, the end of this day, the end of this month, the end of this quarantine time, or even the end of really our lives. What is it that we want? What is it that we're going to, at the end of the day, the week, the month, quarantine, our lives? What is it that we're going to be able to say that we were successful at? What is it that we're going to be able to say that we worked through? And that's where I want to push and challenge today. Are we waiting until, or are we working because we know what we want? We know what it is that we are shooting for, or going for. We may not know exactly all the details. We may not know exactly what the process is going to be, but it's so important to not lose sight of that end goal. And I want to encourage you that it's not a matter so much of, can't think of how to put this. For most of us, going after what we want, it's not a matter of if we're able or capable, because realistically, odds are we are very much able and we're very much capable of achieving the things that we say that we want. It's we're not willing. That's like the sticky part. That's the part where we really have to get real with ourselves and really get honest and say, I want this, but am I willing to put in the work? Am I willing to count the cost? Meaning, what is it going to cost me now to get what it is that I want in the end? We don't want the pain, but we want the reward. We don't want the regret, but we're not willing to sacrifice. So I guess that's the big question of today. What are you willing to do, decide, move towards, work towards in order to make sure that you are not only in control of your decisions and your choices, but what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to do? You know, again, most of us are able and capable of achieving our goals and what it is that we want, but we're not willing. We're not willing to step out of our comfort zones. Ooh, I'm starting to shake because my arm's getting tired. Switch. Oh, I don't know if you can catch a glimpse. See that little, I don't know if you can see that over there next to the dirty laundry. It's my daughter's lizard. What are we willing to do? We have to make the decisions, make the sacrifices. So I challenge you today, what is it that you can, and it can even be so small. It could trade. I'm going to trade watching this show for, and what is that? Is it maybe, grabbing an online course or a tutorial, or reading a couple chapters in a book, or maybe journaling, or maybe recording live videos, maybe making lists. I don't know what that is for you, but odds are you do know. So are you waiting until, or are you working because? That's my quick tip tutorial for today. And hopefully I'll get my computer issues in the meantime. Yeah, this was a little bit different. No excuses, right? Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week.